What's good, English fuckers and Welsh fuckers? So, it's the video nobody's been waiting for. It's the crazy neighbour story. So, I've got it all written down so that I can keep it all, I can say it all in timeline order. So, basically, this tripod is winding me up because it won't stay still. Tripod being a wallet in a cardboard box. And you're going again. Fucking hell. How about that? But then the phone will slip, not the box. So I moved in the 13th of June 2020. And I remember the first day I moved in, I pulled up, and the first neighbour I seen actually was the neighbour in question downstairs. She was just coming out of her front door. And I remember saying, "Oh, morning," thinking, I'll be neighbourly, I'll get to know my neighbour straight away. Boom, fucking sweet. "Oh, morning," she goes. "Oh, a lovely fucking lady, seems like." Well, fucking was I wrong.
Why don't you come down, you nasty, dirty thing? Daddy pervert, why don't you come down? Don't be out there on boop, boop, boop. You pervert.
Which were dated that day as saying like, "Oh, I can hear the neighbour saying this and that. Oh, she's saying this and that. She's saying this and that about me." Which I was just blown away. I didn't know that it was going to be as big as an issue as it was.
This dirty thing. Have this stinking lamp a burn and a run for like you around. As you get up at night to go to your bed, you run for like inside there, then right back over your bed. You have to wonder sometimes, what is he doing on the floor? Is he raping that floor? Right over your bed and he come with the go, 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 go. It's not a nice thing, though. It's that horrible top of thing and that red-faced baboon. You beat down the house. Anytime you stop, burn that speaking, nobody will hear my mouth. You burn it and you sleep on my flat.
So let's see. So basically she would just slag me off all the time. She'd call me like a dirty pervert, a dirty pig, fucking fat and lazy. Like anything she could really say, she would say about me, really. I spoke to the other neighbours, and as it turns out, she's been like this for every neighbour that's lived here before me. It's probably since me. And she's just a cunt. Although the neighbour did say that when I was buying this place, it took like months to actually from buying it to moving in, like 6 months. She was shouting even then at the person that lived up here, saying they're making noises, telling the neighbour that she could hear noises, and she would tell her like, nobody lives here. You gotta be crazy. Like there's nobody here. But she was claiming she was hearing things. The whole crazy thing is another thing.
Big lazy bum.
Let's tell us fight till every drop of my blood left my body. So when you see me out here, or you see me out here, you come and do what you want to do. Or any one of your friends, we think them a bully. Come. Set up dirty jokes, up here and bug out your health with this stinking lamp and don't want you to talk about it. Right now my two eyes burning me, you know, like I walk through something very hot. You have to water my plants or follow me around.
The whole crazy thing is another thing because the police believe we'll get to that. So yeah, already from day one, like I say, the other neighbours, she'll say often like, "Oh, you're burning marijuana, your drugs, lamb. I can smell it." And then we were burning paraffin at one point. I remember when.
Why so smell bad? It stink. Smell like a dead cow now.
For a couple of months. In the end, I don't know if I've still got the video, but in the end, we heard her talking to one of the neighbours. And she was claiming that I was saying I was going to go and beat her up and that I was going to set her plants on fire and all this crazy shit. And we thought, right, well. And then she said she was going to call the police. So that's when we thought, right, if she's going to call the police and make all these allegations, then we got to get there first, like, to say the truth before she says the bullshit. And then it falls on me. I look like the asshole then if she's the first there and saying all this bullshit. So we called the police, and that's what started the initial thing then. Got the ball rolling with that. We did at one point have a daughter over here, and a daughter came in, met us, spoke with us, her and her husband. They were lovely people. And they tried to help her mother, and she just wasn't having any of it. She wouldn't be going to the doctors. She just refused help. She was claiming that she was having headaches. There's excessive noise, like people from before I moved in. And the husband then, her daughter's husband then stayed with her for the night, and he just says there's no gas, there's no noises. You can't. There just isn't. You've been making it all up. But she, in her own head, she wasn't having any of it. It was all true to her.
Rest my soul, come over my head, boom, 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 boom. This stupid jackass.
And so that's what she believed. But we did get hold of the police. I got to say, at first, they were quite good. We were filming everything, which I'll be slicing in videos in this video. I probably already have had a few in. We were recording everything she said and everything she did. Let's say it was unprovoked. She'd be at the front saying and doing whatever she was doing. We were recording it, and we sent that into the police. But apparently that wasn't good enough evidence. They said that we can't convict on that evidence. It needs to be crystal clear. And needs to be concise if undeniable proof that
You stop growing the stinking cannabis inside here. Stop making trouble. God, look something to you lazy crackers, man.
it's her and what she's saying, whereas they were like, oh well, I can't totally hear what she's saying. So like I said, the police were good at first. They had her in for an interview. They came out to the flat and went down to her flat to invite her to an interview.
My problems to people because
people often want to help though, don't they?
that's true, but I'm in here and I can't sleep, I can't get no rest. If I go into the kitchen even to cook, it bothers me. If I go to the toilet, it bothers me. It's awful. I never see anybody stalk anyone like that in all my ups and downs from here going to Broad and holiday. Nobody. Growing up in Jamaica, nobody ever stalked me like that. He stalked me. When I tell you that he stalked me, he stalked me.
I'm going to stop you there so you can talk about this in your interview.
Okay.
Have you got any other health problems at all, or on medication or anything?
No, just my
fibromyalgia, diabetes,
yes.
blood pressure. Yeah.
That's all I do.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'll leave you to it. I'll see you on Sunday afternoon.
And by all accounts, she went and attended the interview. And then for like a couple of days, she was a fucking nightmare. Screaming and shouting way more. She'd be drilling all the time. So screaming, shouting, going out to the front, watering our plants, and insulting us, basically.
You dirty now sitting over my head. Take your jugs lamp from over my head in my flat. Look what the stinking dog do come out here and spray my plants. You dirty jugs go over my head. Who live at number 4?
And like I say, that for those couple of days, she was a nightmare. And then after it was about a week or two, then I think she calmed down, and we thought, oh, this is great. Like, it's worked. It's cool. She ain't gonna be. It soon started again, didn't it? So like I say, as time went on, it got worse and worse. And like I say, she was drilling, turning her radio up, turning her TV up. Shouting, screaming. Even sometimes she just sounds like she's like, ah, just like, what, you know? It's a crazy thing. But so we had the police out, and it didn't help. We had the police out a second time, and they told us to get in touch with the council, which we went down that route as well. And then we were moving along with the police, moving along with the council, made another report to the police. They came out a third time, and it was after this third time, when they went down and knocked on the door, she was saying, oh, I'm ill, I've been coughing up blood, and all of this, which I think is total bullshit, because the next day she was fucking totally fine out there watering her fucking plants. The police seemed to side with her then, so we got this big long email back. That just made me furious, basically, because they were, in a sense, saying, oh, well, this can't be harassment because that one night when you come home at 20 to 12, you stood there recording her. Well, that's actually provoking her, even though we've told you to record perfect audio and video. You standing there recording her slagging you off is you provoking her.
My window, all right? Go park somewhere else. This is not your car park. This is my car park, and my bed is there. When you're ready, you come down and boop, boop, boop. But I tell you what, I'm going to chuck water all over you when I'm not feeling well and sitting in my bed, lying in my bed, and you're making noise with that car and a slam door. I will got you for it. You listen to that and put it in your head. Yeah. Do not come underneath my window, come provoke me. The car park is round there. You are not a visitor. Get that in your thick skull. Get from underneath my window.
So for the record, we've just come home.
Me everywhere I go. Right now I'm having pain in my chest with that stinking lamp all day over my head. You get from underneath my window and go take back your car park and that car that you have parking there from Easter. Get it away from there and take back where you're parking.
Even though we've parked up and she's come to her window and started shouting at us, we're harassing her because we're recording evidence. And it can't be harassment because we're not in fear of her. And we didn't just go inside. So they say one thing and then they say another thing, and then either way it's not good enough. And saying, well, look at it from an outside point of view. You're younger and she's older. So, like, it didn't look good then. But we've had a year of her shouting abuse and all the worst things you can imaginable to us. So how is it that just because we're younger, then we're, like, you know, it doesn't make any fucking sense. So, I mean, that's pretty much where we are right now. The police have all but given up. The council, we went down that route. They've all but now given up pretty much. They said, you've been in touch before for recording equipment. And we hadn't heard anything back off of that since he said he was going to chase it up and talk with the police, which they would have probably basically told him not to fucking bother. So I don't really know what happened. They think she's got mental health. I say full well she doesn't have mental health because she speaks to all of the neighbours just fine. So they're unwilling to help us because we're younger and she's elderly, and because you threw me right off now, because they think she's crazy. Then so they're not going to help us. Oh, she got mental health. We can't touch her. You're younger. She's elderly. You're provoking her by standing there recording. So after a whole year of bullshit and reporting to the police and reporting to the council, they're not doing anything for us now, basically. And just left us up shit's creek without paddle with nowhere to go and nothing to do as far as that situation goes. So it is a stressful situation. And like I say, it's totally unprovoked and just... I mean, even if it was provoked, the things she does and says all day, every day is still ridiculous. But because it's unprovoked, it adds more to thinking it's just a frustrating situation. Basically, we just have to wait for her to... She ain't going to move out because she's bought her a place. So we have to just wait for her to kick the bucket, basically. And then in the meantime, just listen to her call us fat and fucking lazy and talk shit about a stinking lamp and a marijuana lamp and about fucking not burning paraffin so much anymore. But you get the point, we have to just put up with it all because they're not going to do anything for us, which is ridiculous. What? Because we're younger, and from the outside point of view, it looks bad, basically. So it's a fucking whole thing. I just hope that when I rent this place out, that doesn't continue, or they're able to put up with it, or maybe they can progress the case further than what we did somehow, some way. I don't know. But yeah, this is the crazy neighbour story. Hope you enjoyed watching. It's going to be a long video. It's 12 minutes before I've even put in any. But thanks for watching. If you watched this far, then you're the real G. And you probably know me personally, because who else is going to sit here and watch this whole time? But thanks and bye.